Okay, we're here with another Tuesday edition of Warrior Daily. Tom Gorman and Phil Nickel. Coach, you're now into the so-called second half of your year, coming off of the crossover a couple of weeks ago. Started off last Tuesday, a 3-1 loss to the Chargers, but that was a team that's nationally ranked, coming in having won 5 straight matches by 3-0 results. Your team able to steal a set, kind of an up and down match. Take me through it from your view.
We've struggled with Hillsdale the last few matches, but came out and slow at the beginning of this one too. But rebounded, played pretty well in game 2. Struggled coming out of the break between games 2 and 3, but I thought in game 4 we kind of put it back together, played pretty competitively, kind of lost it at the end a little bit. But they're really good. They're a really good team. We played pretty well at times, fought hard. I thought kids were upset. They thought we had a chance to win, and that's, I think, a step in the right direction because we haven't always had that attitude when we played Hillsdale the last couple times. So
yeah, and I think for me, from my view, that was probably the biggest thing to come out of that Hillsdale match was perhaps the belief that really on any given day, anybody can beat anybody. Hillsdale, a team that's only lost twice all year, but you got them for a set and took them to the limit in the fourth. So maybe some chinks in the armor and hopefully some confidence for your team going forward.
No, hopefully, and like I said, they're a good team, and we talk more about just taking care of ourselves. And when we play good volleyball, we're capable of beating anybody, and that's what we've really tried to focus on here the last couple weeks, and I think it showed there finally that when we do play good volleyball, we are capable of beating anybody, and I think the girls are starting to believe that and understand that. So hopefully going forward here that we can continue to focus on playing good volleyball on our side of the net, and hopefully that will result in some wins. So
another 3-1 result last week on Friday, this time coming in your favor at Ohio Dominican. Always great to win on the road, and especially as we get towards the end of the season.
Absolutely, and we knew that Ohio Dominica was an improved team this year. They won more games in conference than they did last year by quite a bit. So we knew it would be tough. Again, going on the road, like you said, started out really slow, but turned it around. Kind of took control of the match. Still some close games, but thought we did a nice job. Kind of studied things out and played good enough to win. That's the important thing right now.
Well, the second of 3 straight Tuesday matches for your team coming up tonight. You will travel to Tiffin to take on the Dragons, a team that has struggled at times this year. Started out slow. They lost their first 7 matches this year. Have gone 5-9 since, so a little bit of improvement. And of course, you can't look past anybody in this conference. As we see, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit, the standings kind of jumping around, but how have you been preparing for the Dragons?
Tiffin runs a little bit different offense than a lot of teams that we face. Quick and trying to move people around a lot. So we've been talking about that, preparing for some of the things they do. And it's really a matter of trying to control the tempo of the match when you play Tiffin, because if you let them get into their rhythm and doing what they want to do, they're really tough to defend. So we've talked a lot about serving tough, controlling the tempo on our side of the net, and trying to control the match that way. So
you and I have talked both here on Warrior Daily and off camera about there's 2.5 weeks left in the season, and there's been a lot of jumping around the standings. Northern Michigan's been on a bit of a slump. Finley's won 6 in a row. Grand Valley picked up a couple wins over the weekend. So a lot of shifting around left and really a lot of jockeying for position as we've got about 2.5 weeks left until the GLIAC tournament.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the wire with the standings here, because you're right. There's a lot of people kind of moving around, people on the road. It seems to be tough this year to win on the road. So the schedule is going to kind of maybe have an influence on those final standings. So we're just taking care of ourselves. That's all we can control. But we're keeping an eye on things and seeing how things are going to shake out here, and rooting for some people every once in a while to help us out, or rooting for somebody else to win once in a while too. So we're trying to keep an eye on it, but at the same time, we just got to take care of ourselves, and we kind of control our own destiny at this point. So
yeah, and certainly some critical matches coming up as you do try and control your own destiny. Obviously, you don't want to look past the Dragons tonight, but you do have your final home matches of the season coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, against Ashland and Lake Erie. Let's talk a little bit about those two opponents.
Ashland is ahead of us in the standings in the South Division. It's been a little bit up and down themselves as of late, but a good team. They have quite a few players back from their team last year, and we lost to them earlier in the season. New coach, and I think they're still trying to figure some things out there. She's trying to implement some new things the way she wants them, but I expect that to be a really good match. Hopefully, the girls are fired up. They want revenge against Ashland, so hopefully we can come out focused and ready to go against them. And then Lake Erie is a team that has struggled most of the year. Again, they have a new coach, and he's trying to make some changes in their culture and in their gym and their atmosphere, but it takes time, as we know when we got here. It takes time to make changes, but like you said, you got to be ready to play it against everybody because you never know. So we take care of Tiffin tonight, hopefully, and then we'll get home and prepare for those two this weekend.
Saturday is a 4 o'clock start against Ashland, immediately following the football game against Saginaw Valley State. If you're at the football game and you want to stick around for volleyball, free admission to the Mathi with your football ticket. We'll also have a costume contest, which should be a lot of fun as we celebrate Halloween here at Wayne State. And then Sunday, a 2 o'clock start against Lake Erie. We will have our final home match of the season and also a food drive. So please come and contribute to help us out with that food drive on Sunday as Warriors take on the Storm. Coach, 3 matches coming up this week, including tonight against Tiffin. Best of luck with all of them.
Thank you very much, and hope to see everybody out at the football and volleyball games this weekend.
Likewise. That's Phil Nickel. I'm Tom Gorman. Thanks for watching.